Okay, let's take this it's either 75 or 76 on a P registration. Land Rover Series 3 lightweight 2.2 petrol for a spin. Oil pressure light comes up, ignition light doesn't, it's fair to say. It is a 24 volt one and quite often the ignition lights don't come up on these. However, we've known the car for over a year, it's never had any charging problems at all. Starts nicely with a bit of throttle, and off we go. What can we tell you about this? We've just taken it back in part exchange. The last owner had it for, I think we sold it to him about a year ago. Just a really nice original driving, nice driving lightweight, and he's just pushed the boat out and gone for an FC 101, which is brave, but he's really enjoyed this one apparently, and done a fair few things to it since we sold it to him, but it still remains a very, very nice driving practical lightweight. Engine's nice on it, there's no misfiring, no hesitancy, and importantly no overheating. The temperature gauge is sitting at about 45 at the moment. It just trundles down the road really well. The steering isn't too wandery, it's going exactly where it's placed. The gearbox is nice, it's not jumping out of gear or anything, or no overly noisy transmission or anything. These are always a bit noisier than a standard one. And there's no backlash whatsoever in the transmission if I let my foot off sharply. Nothing at all. Pulls nicely in top gear. Obviously the usual battles on a lightweight. The customer described it to me a while ago as a symphony, which is taking it a bit far I think, but you kind of know what I mean. If you want quietness and refinement, you don't buy one of these. You do, however, buy them if you want a lot of fun. But it's not been messed with. I know before we sold it to him last year, it had one lady owner for a number of years. Can't remember without looking at my records for the time being, but really a rather long time. All the four-wheel drive system is good on it. One thing, it isn't fitted with a fuel gauge or an oil temperature gauge. You've only got water temperature gauge in the left-hand thing there, so you need to dip the tank if you want to know how far you're going to go. There are twin tanks fitted to it, but I cannot remember if both of them work or not. I'll update that on the description, but it has certainly got both tanks still fitted. And the other point, the speedo isn't working. It's showing 76,000 miles, but it showed that for quite some while, I think. So I know when we sold it last year, the speedo wasn't working then either, and the previous owner hasn't bothered to get to put a new cable in, which is probably what the problem is. There's not really a lot of point on one of these. They don't really go fast enough to worry about too much about speed restrictions and stuff. I think we'll go around our test route the other way to avoid running this cyclist off the road. But there's no nasty bumps, rattles, squeaks, groans or clunks. It just does everything that you'd expect one of these to do. Steering self-centers nicely. Not used to going this way around. Change down. certainly the blower fan does. There is a modicum of heat coming through it by its feel. It just gets on with it, as you can see. It's just rumbling along really quite happily. Not a lot more I can say about it, really. You may find, if you've never driven one of these before, that the steering's slightly hard to get to grips with, because it is a little bit more vague than your BMW M3, shall we say. But this one's a lot better than most. Now it's got a particularly nice gearbox on it. That's about it, I think. My name's Simon. You can reach me on 0771 906 9353, or in the office on 0118 946 3352, or you can go to our website, which is www.motodrome.co.uk for any further info. End.